Welcome to Phil's Honest Reviews.
Hi everyone, Phil here, Phil's Honest Reviews. Hope you're all keeping well. Today I've got something a little bit different. As you know, in the past I've done a lot of DeWalt tools, etc. So today I am doing the Nescafe Dolce Gusto. This is made by DeLonghi. The model is the Genio S Touch. These vary in range, available from just buying the machine, or you can buy a kit. This was purchased just over 12 months ago. It's still available. Well, not this kit. This kit had a couple of mugs, a white pen so you could write messages on the mugs, and it came with some coffee packs. Not these coffee packs, but it came with a couple of coffee packs as well. Why did we buy it? Right, okay, we bought this because we just fancied a change from normal granulated coffee, something a bit more flavour to it. We looked at the coffee machines with milk frothers that grind coffee and everything else, and we just thought, you know what, we don't have coffee that regularly, so we downsized, and obviously these coffee machines take up a lot of room, the bigger ones, for an infrequent use, whereas this is quite a small compact form, which makes it ideal for just sitting on the worktop and being available when you need it. For those of you that are into recycling, the pods, these are the pods, they are recyclable. Unfortunately, you can't put them in your recycling bin. Obviously, you don't want to be putting them in your black bin, but what you can do, you can sign up to a service which is called Podback. The website is podback.org. What you can do, I'll put a link in the comments. Basically, you register with them with your email and your address, and you just ask, say how many you need, and they send them in the post. Online, you can look on the map they provide, and you can find where you can drop them off. My local one is in Costa, in Tesco, but I'm sure they will all vary. Basically, you fill the bag up to the line, which I think is about 45 pods. That's after you've drained them, and it also says when you have filled the bag, just to tip it up and drain out any remaining fluid. And that's all free. The bags are free, and obviously it's just drop it off at a local centre. So I think that's quite good. The packs, coffees, all the other alternative drinks, there are, according to Nescafe Dolce Gusto's website, over 40 drink varieties. So there's coffees, there's hot chocolates, there's all sorts. Tried a few different variants. My favourite is the caramel macchiato, which I'll make one in a minute. Now the caramel macchiato is one of a variant where it takes 2 pods. You've got one with the milk and one with the coffee. On each of the pods, I'll show this on a close-up in a minute, it tells you what setting to put the machine on. So basically how much water is going to pass through it. And you can take that as you like. You can tweak it a bit. If you want it a bit stronger, don't let as much water go through. Same goes for the milk and for the coffee. The worst one we've found so far are the hot chocolates. You'll probably find if you read reviews, people say the hot chocolates are pretty watery. You keep it strong. You don't get much. You probably get about half of that mug with hot chocolate. So what we've been doing, the ones we bought to try it on, we've been running 2 through, which obviously is not very cost effective. So probably just stick to making your own hot chocolate with milk on a pan or boiling the kettle. So I've talked about why we got it. This one, I say we've had for about a year. Gets used pretty much every day, at least once a day. And it has come up with, and again I'll show you in a bit when I power it on. There we go. There's 3 different lights here. There's a light that's flashing at the moment. That's the one that's preheating the water, which you can have cold, sort of a medium temperature and hot. And then in the middle, there's a symbol there, which is basically telling me that it needs descaling. I'm going to order some descaler and I'll do that as a separate video. That's just to keep the machine clean and obviously descaled. One on here is called a coffee bean. It's only available at the lower end of the water content that you can add. And basically what it does, it releases some of the water into the pod, and it just lets it sit, basically lets it brew just for a minute before pouring it into the mug. And on the top here, that's just to say that it's ready to go if you try and do it. And also on here, again, this is the touch version. This is how much you decide how much water is going to go through each pod, up to XL. I very rarely use the XL. I tend to find it makes it a bit too watery. But you'll tweak it for your own taste. So for actually using it, it comes with a water container on the back, which has got a connector at the bottom which connects to that. You can either take it to the tap to fill it up, or for my demonstration purpose, I'll just have a little jug. Now obviously if you're using this in an office where you don't have an easy access to water, you could use bottled water, or you could be wanting to use water that's been purified, filtered. Okay, so that's the water in. Place the mug underneath, lift the lid, and then you pull out the pod holder. I'll say this one's going to use the milk first. I'm going to set that one on the one just below XL, which is a bit higher than it says on there. I'll set it going. Now you can probably hear there's a pump going. It pumps the water through. Here comes the milk. It can get a little bit noisy. Obviously, make sure you don't let it run dry, as it gets very noisy, as you can hear now. Just let that carry on running through. We've already covered that some of the pods take 2. So for an example, this is a decaf that they do. There's 16 drinks in that one because they're individual pods. This one's individual pods, but it's the Starbucks. So there are 12 servings in that one. And this one, because it takes 2 pods per drink, only makes, I think, 6 drinks. Yeah, 6 drinks. Okay, so we take that out. You can see there's a little bit of dripping. If you leave the pod in, and you'll see this on some of the views, some people complain about it dripping. I've never had it drip without the pod in. So once you take the pod out, put the coffee one in, you can see it's not dripping now. Coffee one, we'll put that down a bit lower. Just see what that one's on. There, on number 3. And set that going. Okay, comes the coffee through. Give it a stir. And you can see that's filled that mug. Okay, open that, take the pod out, and that one's done. And I have to say, these do smell amazing. You can hear that it's got a nice froth on the top there. I don't know if the second camera can see that, and I'll show that in the edit. So that's it. So pretty much, if you're doing an espresso coffee, you can lift this up and get it a bit closer so you're getting less splash. Some people have complained you can't get taller mugs under. You can always move the drip tray out of the way and put a taller mug under. The reason I've just shown you that is what I tend to find is, because obviously it's not made with boiling hot water, it's made with hot water. I find sometimes to use one of these thermal mugs. Again, I can add the link to that on the site. If you want a slightly more coffee, you could always put a splash of milk in the bottom and then add the contents of the pods. And I find that just helps keep the drink hotter a bit longer, whereas I feel with some of these drinks, as soon as they're ready, you pretty much feel like you need to drink them straight away to prevent them going cold. I'd appreciate your comments. Please hit the like button, subscribe. I'm hoping to do some more like this, as long as you're all happy with how this one's gone. Okay, I look forward to hearing from you all, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.